And we got to get some longer intro music. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Gospel of Comics. I'm your host, The Church of Failure, and with me, as always, is my trusty co-host, Ayrton McCartney, who has a contingent of drunken people at his side at this very moment.
I do.
It's almost like he's trying.
The show is brought to you by Blue Coal.
Blue Coal, not blue liquor. Yeah,
well, maybe blue liquor tonight. We'll see.
Maybe blue motorcycles. Maybe the show is brought to you by Blue Coal motorcycles. That's when they crush charcoal up into your pitcher of blue motorcycles, and you drink it.
That'll work.
Yeah, and you drink it so you don't get alcohol poisoning.
Sounds perfect to me.
Yeah, I mean, somebody did call in a suggestion for an invention of like an insulin meter for alcohol that you would just pour booze into and it would distribute it through your system at a rate that would keep you perfectly drunk all the time without ever letting you go beyond the point of perfectly drunk.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, isn't it? I mean, I'd have
working on that now.
Yeah, I'd have invasive surgery for that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Like 12 people off the top of my head that would do that too.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 4 new episodes of The Shadow for you on this particular program. Tonight we will be listening to Wait. Oh, God, no, I just did that.
Did we fuck it up already?
I already fucked it up, but we'll work with it.
Were we muted that whole time?
No, we weren't muted. I timestamped the wrong episodes because I'm in a hurry. But it'll be okay. I'll figure it out. We'll work through it.
We're doing
tonight
it live.
Always. Tonight we will be listening to The White Legion, followed by The Hypnotized Audience. Racist. Well, and next week we'll have The Black Legion, and then The Yellow Legion, and The Red Legion.
Oh, okay.
And then the
Please tell me
Echoes Legion.
Chinese man.
No. Well, we have the Echoes Legion later on for our Israeli brothers and sisters.
Oh, okay.
But we have the White Legion, followed by The Hypnotized Audience. Death from the Deep be our 3rd episode, and to capitalize the episode, to close it out tonight, we will have The Firebug, which, sounds like gonorrhea to me.
That was my nickname in high school.
Well, yeah, because you had gonorrhea.
Well, we don't need to talk about that.
Hey, you started it. But anyway, I hope everybody is doing well tonight. Looks like we've got Kimberly and Becky in the chat already. Good to see you guys here. Hope everybody enjoys it. If you guys have any issues with the audio or anything like that, be sure to let me know. We'll be in the chat this evening. Well, I will.
Or if you can hear my gaggle of assholes in the background, let us know.
Well, I just assume that. I mean, well, I attributed Firebug to like chlamydia or what was the other one? Syphilis.
Ah, yeah.
But
maybe definitely, a little herpes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you keep that shit forever, like luggage. But now that we've gotten down the rabbit hole of venereal diseases that make your privates burn, go ahead and get into the episode. We might even have some impromptu guest on. I might make Ayrton give the microphone to some of his drunken cohorts. That'll be good.
That'll go well.
Oh well, it sounds like you have a female with you, so
There's 2.
Oh, well, excuse me, Mr. Fucking Guitarist. I didn't know you were rolling deep.
Hey,
Not as deep as you'll be rolling later, am I right?
exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Anyway, we'll go ahead and kick this program off with the White Legion, which, it does sound a little racist, but I don't think it's about the Klan. We'll find out.
We'll find out. All right, we'll see you on the other side.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we will return after this program.
The shadow knows.
Again, Blue Coal Dealers present radio's strangest adventurer, The Shadow, mystery man who strikes terror into the very hearts of shopsters, lawbreakers, and criminals. Today, Blue Coal brings you The Shadow's latest adventure, The White Legion. Ladies and gentlemen, in just a moment, our last adventure with The Shadow for this season will begin. In the meantime, let's give a thought to the special heating problems of the spring season. Springtime means warm days, cool days, showers, and uneven temperatures that bring colds and sniffles. So guard against uncertain weather. Burn blue coal in your heating plant, for blue coal protects against varying temperatures. Its harmless blue color is your guarantee of steadier, more dependable heat at less cost. So when you're buying fuel, insist on blue coal, Pennsylvania's finest anthracite. Order a trial ton from your nearest blue coal dealer tomorrow. And listen for the Shadow's important message at the end of the program.
Miss Smith, will you bring me those papers?
Yes, Mr. Devons.
Which one of you is William Devons?
Right here. What can I do for you?
We want you, Devons.
Huh?
Drop that ledger and get your hat. I've got you all covered. Stand up against the wall.
Oh, they've got masks on.
Let go of me. What do you mean barging into my office?
Do as you're told. The White Legion wants you, Devons, and we go in wherever we have business. Move.
Why, you...
Shut up. Now, the rest of you stand back. We're the White Legion, and Mr. Devons is going to learn a lesson he'll never forget. The prisoner, William Devons, has confessed his part in a conspiracy against the sacred institutions of the White Legion. We give him to the All-High Commander.
Let the accused know his fate.
Have you anything to say, Devons?
I plead with you. Don't kill me. I've got a wife and children.
Silence.
Please, let me go.
Give him another taste of the whip. That's better. Now secure the prisoner and stand him over the trap door.
Don't.
Open the trap.
Well, glad to find you in, Margot, and up. How about a little shopping with me this morning?
I'd love it, Lamont. But isn't 10 o'clock a trifle early for you?
Not this morning, at any rate. I've already paid a call on Commissioner Weston on my way over. Poor man's up to his neck as usual.
What's the trouble now?
Well, he's got quite a few things on his mind, one of them being William Devons.
William Devons? Isn't he the chief of the Bureau of Markets?
He was. But this morning, his body was found far out at sea, bound hand and foot, and apparently thrown from a ship.
Oh.
Peculiarly atrocious murder.
Good heavens, Lamont. Any clues?
So far, none. Another thing bothering the commissioner is the matter of this White Legion.
The White Legion?
It's a band of men calling themselves Avengers of Injustice, who are taking the law into their own hands, terrorizing, assaulting, and abducting, often in broad daylight and in the most unexpected places.
Well, that's strange. I haven't seen anything about it in the papers.
So far, it's been kept out of the papers, but in spite of that, enough has gotten out so that demands are being made of Weston that something be done immediately.
Poor Commissioner Weston. He seems to have his hands full.
And on top of all that, young Alton Parker's life has been threatened. He's the assistant district attorney, you know.
His life threatened? Why?
Well, Parker's prosecuting the case against Red Collins, the gangster accused of killing Boss Houseman a couple of months ago. The trial comes up this week. Oh, it's all sinister politics, I suppose. Weston seemed to think the White Legion was mixed up in that, too.
Then the White Legion has some connection with politics?
It's possible. However, if we're going to start suspecting people, we could begin at the top of the City Hall crowd and go to the bottom. It's Weston's problem, not ours. Want to go shopping with me?
Why not? What are we going for?
Oh, a little exercise and a few shirts. Come along.
linens and embroidery the next aisle over, madam.
Look, darling, don't you think this airplane luggage is just the thing for our trip south?
Oh, it's nice, dear. But I can't seem to enthuse about this trip somehow, Alton. We've planned so many times before, and now this latest development. Oh, I'm terribly worried, dear.
Oh, now, please, Helen. District attorneys are always getting threatening letters. They don't mean a thing.
Yes, but...
And Mr. Lawrence promised just as soon as this Red Collins case is finished, I can pack up and go. We start trial...
You keep your mouth shut, Mrs. Parker, and stand right here.
What are you trying to do?
The White Legion wants to ask you some questions, Parker.
Is that so? Well, take this.
Stop it! All right, stand back, the lot of you. This is an arrest.
Drag him out, Deke. Get back there. We're off.
He arrested
That must be his wife. I think she's fainted. Look out, there she is.
Will you please clear the aisle, please?
Keep the aisle clear, please.
They put that guy in a car and drove off with him. The cop at the corner went after him.
Oh, will somebody please look after her? I'd better phone the police.
Yes, I'll take care of her.
She all right, Margot?
I think so, Lamar. Just fainted.
I beg your pardon. This must be her husband's briefcase. Papers scattered all over. I'll pick them up.
Yeah, let me help you.
Alton. Oh, my husband. Save him. There now. Save him. They've notified the police. Who is your husband?
He's the assistant district attorney, Alton Parker.
Alton Parker?
Those men who took them away. They're from the White Legion. I heard them say it. Oh, please do something.
Will you come to the first aid room, madam? They're sending over detectives.
Oh, yes. Please, I feel so weak.
Oh, excuse me, Mrs. Parker. I'm Hartney Clays, owner and publisher of the Globe. Is this your husband's briefcase?
Yes.
Well,
Yes,
I'll
it
be
is.
very glad to deliver it to the district attorney's office if you say so. There may be valuable papers, you know.
Oh, yes, if you will, please. Thank you, Mr. Clay.
Now, if you come right this way, please, Mrs. Parker.
Thanks.
Excuse me, Mr. Clays.
Oh, who are you?
My name is Mount Cranston.
Oh, well, what do you make of this?
If what she says is true, it's more of the White Legion's handiwork.
Oh, do you think so?
I understand they were mixed up in the murder of Boss Houseman.
Oh, that's pure hearsay. There was no real evidence.
Still, Red Collins is going to trial for shooting Boss Houseman and Alton Park.
Stopping it, you know.
Yes, I know.
Yes, but this is terrible. I'll see what Commissioner Weston is doing about it. Well, I must go along now. Oh, wait, let me see. Is that paper on the floor out of this briefcase?
Yes? No. Seems to be nothing but a sales folder. Special today. White goods sale.
Oh, yes, I see. Well, I'll get this briefcase down to the district attorney's office. Glad to have met you, sir.
Very glad to have met you, Mr. Clays. Oh, there you are, Margot. Sure right now?
Yes, but suffering from shock, poor woman. Oh, this is an outrage, Lamont. You ought to do something. The shadow ought to do something.
I imagine you're right.
Where did you get those papers?
I think they fell out of Alton Parker's briefcase, and they're rather important, I believe. You see the title on them?
Yes.
Evidence, The State versus Red Collins.
But why are you... Oh, I'm beginning to see.
Yes. The Shadow is doing something about the White Legion, Margot. And what's more, I expect to have a very busy afternoon.
It's a message from the commander, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got it, Mr. Clays. SUNMAR2011. There you are, sir. I'll put it on your desk.
Thank you. Oh, see who that is at the door.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Clays.
Oh, yeah. I'll take it, boss. Thank you. A telegram for you, Mr. Clays.
Telegram. Well, what can this mean? Oh, yes. Congratulations on your splendid editorial in this afternoon's Globe. It was almost convincing.
What?
Signed, The Shadow.
What? The Shadow?
Stop trembling, you fool.
But if the Shadow is after us,
We'll
there's
take
no...
care of the Shadow just as we take care of the rest of them. He can't bluff me.
Wait. The door's opening.
Pardon the intrusion, Mr. Clays.
Are you... Who is that? Who speaks?
I am the one they call the Shadow.
He's here. In this room.
I've heard of you and your tricks, Shadow. Where are you?
Here, in the shadows. But don't be alarmed because you can't see me. I've only come for a short visit, Mr. Clays.
Why honor me with your presence?
As a newspaper editor, I thought you might like to hear the news.
What news?
The White Legion is about to be exposed.
The White Legion. Exposed?
I presume you'll want to run an extra on that.
Why, yes, of course. I'm sure I'll be very pleased. The fair-minded citizens of this city and state can force an expose of that organization.
You sound like your own editorials, Mr. Clays.
If you're insinuating that I have some connection with the White Legion, you're very much mistaken.
I never insinuate, Mr. Clays. I simply wanted to keep you posted. The next time you hear my voice, Clays, be ready to run your extras. It will be the signal that the White Legion is doomed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the first half of what we've got going on here. Seems like Margot's whatnot. Mr. Deadman in the chat. Let me give this guy a wrench real quick.
Holy shit!
I've been waiting on him to show up.
Does he deserve a wrench?
I'm gonna throw it at his head really fast.
Oh, okay.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball, right?
Exactly. That is the old saying.
But is anybody getting the feeling that they're just gonna, essentially use this as the Klan exist in 1930? I don't think they did.
I would assume so.
No, they didn't. They came about after segregation ended.
No, the Klan's been around forever.
And
haven't they been around since after the Civil War?
No.
No?
No.
What am I thinking of?
Confederates and Klansmen are not the same thing. One wore gray, one wore white.
I'm thinking of the Ku Klux Klan from ARBBH. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's comic books, Ayrton. Not history.
My bad.
1865. That was the origin of the original Ku Klux Klan?
Ha.
Really?
Yeah, that's right. Suck it.
Motherfucker, you didn't know.
I said it was after the Civil War.
A lot of things happened after the Civil War.
Yeah, exactly why I use that as a benchmark. Before or after, I can never be wrong.
I hate you so much.
Yeah.
Anyway, apparently the White Legion is just an allegory for the Klan then. But I don't know. Melodati lived in Tennessee for a bit. How did the Canuck make it all the way down to Tennessee? Of all places, why would you take Tennessee? Look, why are you people defending Ayrton? You know I'm just going to fire him for this, right?
Yeah, probably. But they defend me because I'm the one with the hot voice, remember?
Yeah, that's true. Holy shit, let's have a hoedown. I prefer con slut downs. Do you have a con slut? I've heard they were free for the first hour. I'm really interested in a free con slut.
Why would you want to go free with that, though?
Well, Dominique's got to get some attention somehow, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, let's get back to the White Legion, aka the Shadow versus the KKK. Con slut down, quick and easy.
Margot gets into.
Margot's going to get into some shit. You got to give her credit though. She doesn't ever out the Shadow outright, and I'm pretty sure he outs himself more than she does.
Well, yeah, that's superheroes for you.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and quiet us back down and get us back into the Shadow. I'm going to vamp a little bit here while I...
Shadow continues its adventure.
Get us
Hope has
past
been deliberately
the,
playing it down to 11.
Then this string of letters.
White Legion stuff is broken. The
Name is listed in the Where to Buy It section of your classified telephone.
America's finest anthracite.
That is correct. For fine, even eating.
Let me see those notes, Margot.
What makes you think Hot Nick Clays is mixed up with this White Legion, Lamont?
A little deductive reasoning, Margot. I've noticed that since this White Legion stuff is broken in the papers, Clay's paper, the Globe, has been deliberately playing it down. Clay's editorial policy seems to be that the atrocities of the White Legion have been greatly exaggerated.
It does sound peculiar.
Exactly. Clay seemed rather confused when I appeared to him this afternoon as the Shadow. Well, this may clean up matters.
What have you got there?
It's a copy I made of a memorandum that was on Clay's desk.
Let's see. Oh, what in the world does it mean, these two words? Convocation Water Chapel. Then this string of letters and numbers. SUNMAR 2011. Doesn't make sense.
Yes, it does. SUN is Sunday. MAR is March.
Yes.
And then 20 and 11, Convocation Water Chapel, Sunday, March 20th at 11.
But that's today.
Yes, probably at 11 tonight. And I have an idea that the Water Chapel is the place where they're holding Alton Parker prisoner.
We're going to find out. Bring the car and meet me in the block next to Clay's house at 8 o'clock, Margot.
Yes.
If Clay's is going to that meeting, we'll follow him. Slow down, Margot. You want to get too close to Hartley Clay's car.
This fog rolling in. We'll be lucky if we don't lose them entirely. Can you see their car through the field glasses, Lamont?
Yes, it's turned down that side road toward the bay. There's a small shack on the edge of the water. Well, the fog's getting heavier. Makes it hard to see.
That shack must be the place they call the Water Chapel.
Yes. It's apparently right on the edge of the channel. It goes out to sea. Better stop here, Margot. Let's get out.
All right, Lamont. There's a small inlet here.
Yes.
We can see better now.
So that fog doesn't get any thicker. There's a motorboat tied up the wharf. 3 cars parked nearby. Wait. Clays and the man with him are getting out. They're going toward the shack.
I don't see any light in the place.
Someone's opening the door. Yes, there's a figure dressed in a long white robe and a mask with a white cap on his head.
Oh.
They're gone inside. Blast, that fog is getting so thick I can't see the place any longer.
What are you going to do now?
Somehow I've got to get out there. And I'd just as soon not go by the front door.
Oh, look, Lamont. There's a rowboat lying in the inlet.
Good idea, Margaret. There seems to be only one oar, but I can paddle with that. This inlet apparently leads down into the channel.
Oh, Lamont, please be careful. There's a terrible current rushing out to sea, and in that fog you won't be able to see anything.
Oh, I'll be all right, but if you don't hear from me by 6 o'clock in the morning, get in touch with Commissioner Weston. Give him the location of this place and warn him to bring a few men with him.
Yes.
If I get what I expect, I won't need him.
What do you expect to get?
Enough evidence to wipe out the White Legion from top to bottom. All right, Parker, get yourself ready to meet the judgment of the White Legion. What judgment? The judgment of death. I'll be back for you in a minute. The judgment of death.
Alton Parker.
Who's that?
Quiet. I am the Shadow. I've come to help you.
The Shadow?
Keep your chin up and do what they tell you. We'll see this through. Careful.
Step out, Parker, and follow me. All right.
This meeting of the comrades of the White Legion will come to order. First offender, present the accused.
The accused stands before you, All High Commander.
First recorder, the prisoner, Alton Parker, having committed acts against the order of the White Legion, acts that we consider detrimental to the good of our city, we have signed his order of punishment. With the consent of the comrades, we give him into your hands.
Let the accused know his fate.
Alton Parker, have you anything to say?
Yes, I have. I was to have prosecuted a murderer tomorrow, a man known as Red Collins, who by your help and instigation killed Al Hausman, your political rival. It's common knowledge that this White Legion of yours sides with the party in power at City Hall. And all your sanctimonious chatter about the good of our city doesn't fool anybody. Prosecuting criminals is my job. And if that prosecution endangers the lives and reputations of one political clique or another, it's no concern of mine.
Cut it short, Parker. You have 1 more minute.
I know why you're getting rid of me. Because your White Legion is mixed up in the worst scandal this state has ever known. And I know what that scandal is. If you, with your robes and masks, knew what that scandal is, you wouldn't be members of this gang. You'd ask your leaders what kind of money-grafting racket they're running. Ask him, the one that sits there on his mock throne.
Who tore off my mask? You fools, get back. Here it is, Commander. The strap broke. That's odd. I could have sworn I felt someone here. Come to order, men. Stand the accused over the trap. You are sentenced to die, Alton Parker.
You will pay for this, all of you. There's a power beyond your reach that'll make you pay.
If you mean the Shadow, when the time comes, we'll deal with the Shadow in a way he won't forget. Silence! Stand ready at the trap. Give me that rope. I want to dispose of Mr. Parker myself. Ready?
The trap is ready.
Good! In another half hour, Alton Parker's body will be far at sea. The vengeance of the White Legion is now completed. We follow the Shadow's bluff.
Commissioner Weston speaking.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Oh, it's you, Shadow.
This morning they're bringing Red Collins to trial.
You think I don't know
about... Commissioner, this is urgent. When the trial starts, have a man stationed at each entrance to the courtroom. Don't let anyone in or out without your authority, and wait yourself by the main entrance. I think you'll have a surprise.
What's the idea? I'll do it if you tell me what...
I can't tell you anything more now, Commissioner, except this. If you don't do it, you'll regret it the rest of your life.
Well, I don't know what you're planning, but it better be good.
Oh, it'll be good, Commissioner. I'll promise you that. It'll be good.
To me, the district attorney.
Proceed with the case, please.
Very well. Collins, who paid you to murder Boss Houseman? Defense objects, Your Honor.
Objection sustained.
All right, Your Honor. Perhaps you'll answer this question, Collins. Were you ever a member of the White Legion?
I was not. I told you that once before already.
Defense requests that the prosecutor stick to the case in hand. The murder of Al Houseman. The case in hand, as the defense and everybody else knows, goes far beyond the prosecution of this gangster. Why, that's... Order. I intend to prove, Your Honor, that this man Collins killed Al Houseman. But that Collins acted under the instructions of the notorious gang known as the White Legion. The same gang who caused the mysterious disappearance of my able assistant, Mr. Elton Parker.
Confine yourself to the case at hand.
The district attorney seems to have some trouble doing that.
Yeah.
Look at this note, Collins. Do you deny sending that to Houseman the day before he was killed?
Sure. I wrote the letter and sent it to him. I told you that once already, too.
Why? Why did you write him such a threatening letter?
To scare him into paying me the money he owed me. That's why. I told you that once, too.
Mr. Collins is lying.
Hey, who's that?
He can neither read nor write.
Who is speaking? I demand that he identify himself.
Is there someone in this courtroom who wishes to be sworn as a witness? Where are you? Who are you?
I am the Shadow, Judge Rusko. I have some unsworn testimony that may interest you. The men who paid Red Collins to commit murder are in this room. They are the leaders of the White Legion. They have secretly milked the city treasury of over $10 million in the past 3 years. Their hands are red with blood.
I protest at this ridiculous procedure.
One of those men is sitting here in this courtroom. His name has been honored in the past. But he is a murderer.
Silence, I tell you.
Who is it? Tell us who it is.
His name is Hartney Clays. A sanctimonious crusading editor who used his influence and position to learn the movements of the law and keep suspicion away from himself.
If there is any further disturbance, I will order the courtroom clear. Judge Ruskell. Yes, Mr. I insist this part be concluded. If this Shadow accuses me, let him present evidence.
The evidence is ready.
Order. You are making a fuss of this court of justice, whoever you are. If you don't stop, I will suspend the hearing. Let the Shadow talk.
I have talked enough. I now call your attention to the young man who was just entering the door with Commissioner Weston.
Parker. It's Parker, the assistant district attorney that disappeared. I demand the suspension of this trial.
No. This trial won't be me, Woodson, until I present the evidence for conviction. You couldn't find that evidence, could you, Mr. Clays? It wasn't in my briefcase. Killing me wouldn't have destroyed it, because it's right here. After I was kidnapped in the store, these papers... Commissioner Weston. Enough evidence to send Red Collins to the electric chair, to put an end forever to this murdering gang of hypocrites who call themselves the White Legion. I order the arrest of Hartney Clays. Commissioner Weston.
Right here, Mr. Parker. Stick out your hands, Clays.
You realize what you're doing?
Yes, I'm slipping a pair of handcuffs on you, mister. You'll be locked up and charged with the murder of William Devons, among others.
Go to it, Parker. Run out the rat. Get him out.
I relinquish the bench. Just a moment, sir. Now I move a suspension for the presentment of new charges to the grand jury. Those charges will show that the city funds have been tampered with. They will name the 6 leaders of the White Legion, including its all-high commander, the brains and moving force of its murderous atrocities, the man who sits on the bench at this moment, Judge Matthew Rusko.
Here we are, all of you. The doors are guarded. Sergeant, have your
your man place Judge Roscoe under arrest, and all 4 men at the defense table.
Right, sir. Come on now. Quiet, please. Quiet. Quiet. There's one thing more. I want to pay this public tribute to the one who, more than any other, is responsible for this triumph of justice. The one who calls himself the Shadow.
My fellow citizens, I thank you. But let me remain a voice that wakes the guilty conscience, brings terror to the wrongdoer, and comfort to the oppressed. Know me only as the Shadow.
And now, ladies, Blue Coal's Heating Extra.
So, ladies and gentlemen, how were those Boomer audio issues for you guys? I'm sure everyone loved it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be one of our shows without that, you know?
Well, I mean, there's got to be some kind of technical issue, I'm sure. I do apologize
at this point.
I do apologize for the Boomer audio issues with voice meter set up. I have to constantly go in and adjust things based on the audio levels of the files that I'm streaming through, or the video, or whatever. Plus the fact that Skype basically muffles my audio every time I turn it on. And if one of us loses connection via Skype because internet is shitty, then it, shoots back up to a rocketing 12 decibels higher than it should be.
That keeps us on our toes.
Your ears are only bleeding a little? Well, kill you makes you stronger and deafer.
Exactly. I mean, I'm half deaf at this point. It's fine. I deal with it.
You play guitar, though. You did that to you.
It was my drummer's fault.
This is true. That was because the gavel of God came as soon as Ayrton's call dropped out. That was basically the issue. He lost his Wi-Fi connection to the bar that he frequents entirely too often to have their Wi-Fi password. And then Skype dropped out.
Hey, in my defense, it's a pool hall.
So you should be playing pool and not on your phone.
Yeah, well, I'm also cheap. It's free on Sundays.
Well, you'll have that from time to time. But in my defense, Skype does muffle the audio as soon as you start it up. So usually by the time I have the audio set up for you guys, the Skype call's already started. I am not prepared for the Skype call to end just randomly. That's not my fault. Oh, Matt Christie, you missed your ears bleeding? Where's my goddamn TV remote? Fuck! Oh, excuse me. Should I do that in the Jay Sean voice? How is my Jay Sean voice, by the way? Is it comparable to Nick's?
It's not bad.
Are you saying that I can request a con slut just as easily as Nick? I've heard that con sluts are the cure for West Nile.
I mean, that is true.
I'm gonna use my good arm to go to the convention and see if there are any con sluts that are free for the hour. Very interested. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Matt Christie. I appreciate that. The southern accent makes it hard to judge whether or not my accents actually, or my impressions come across. Usually I just assume that they sound like the hick version of things.
I mean, but it works.
Now, we will move into the next episode for this evening, The Shadow, The Hypnotized Audience, which is basically how I assume most of you people keep coming back here. I'm not sure what the charm was that I put on you, but I'm very glad that I did.
Yeah, we're totally not massing an army here to help us raid Area 51 in a month.
God, no, I'm not going anywhere near Area 51. Smart money's on going to Area 52. That's where they've moved the aliens and lowered security.
True. I mean, come on, people. That's where the Clockwork Elves are.
Oh, excuse me. I have well, not a request necessarily, but have you ever answered to the Fuhrer at any point? No. Jesus Christ, that fucking guy. Now, have we learned what happened to Casey Eric? Like, I've been following the Vic Mignon, and I'm not an anime, folks. Like, I've watched Dragon Ball just like any other, 30-something when I was a kid. I watched Dragon Ball Z. I've watched Hellsing. I have my favorite animes out there. I've got Afro Samurai and know that it isn't anime. It's just American animation in the style of anime. But I'm not at anime. I had no idea who this cat was. But I've been following this from the very beginning. And it seems like Casey Eric is just fucking gone, man.
Yeah, I don't know. You're definitely following it more closely than I am. I just see the highlights of what's going on most of the time.
Well, I can wear headphones at my day job.
Yeah, unfortunately I have to talk to people.
Well, we'll go ahead and start the hypnotized audio or the hypnotized audience up, and hopefully not have any more audio boomer moments.
Yeah, I think hopefully we'll be fine.
So we will see you guys in just a few. Oh, IRL Afro Samurai's name was Yasuke. Check the lore. I'm only interested if he fought Musashi with a boat oar. So, with that said, we will go ahead and jump into this.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows.
Cranston, a man of wealth, a student of science, and a master of other people's minds, devotes his life to righting wrongs, protecting the innocent, and punishing the guilty. Using advanced methods that may ultimately become available to all law enforcement agencies, Cranston is known to the underworld as the Shadow. Never seen, only heard, as haunting to superstitious minds as a ghost, as inevitable as a guilty conscience. The Shadow's true identity is known only to his constant friend and aide, Margot Lane. Today's story, The Hypnotized Audience.
Hold it there, Miss Khan. That's just the pose we want.
Gentlemen of the press, please, my master Durga Khan has already answered too many questions.
Oh, you needn't get tough about it, Sultan. We only want...
You must excuse my servant, Ahmed, gentlemen. Your reception, it is overwhelming.
Oh, that's all right, Durga Khan.
He fears I may be too tired to dance tonight.
Are you really going back to the boat for the theater?
Yes, that is the plan. Now, I must beg to be excused. I must get ashore.
Okay. Come along, gang. Thanks, Durga Khan. Oh, that's the famous
Wine. Master, they took so many pictures. All the better. To them, Durga Khan is merely a famous oriental dancer and mystic. It would be amusing to see what they would print if they knew our real purpose in giving this recital. Yes, Master. Come quickly.
Ready there. Easy down, gangplank. Watch your step, Durga.
Master. Yes, Ahmed. Look, the Princess Zada. She came to the pier herself. Zada? Where is she? Over that way, see? Standing alone behind the barricade. Yes, she sees us. The little fool. Ahmed, send the men out while I talk to the princess. Yes, Master. Zada.
Oh, Durga Khan, what a sad day is this for thy father's house.
Quiet. Come away from the crowd. You should not have come.
Do you think my nerves are made of steel? My husband...
Your husband is Durga Khan's brother, my brother. If I say wait, you wait.
But in 9 hours, they will kill him. Durga Khan in their
There
electric
shall be
chair.
no execution. In 24 hours, my brother shall be free.
We have not got 24 hours. The execution
Is set for 3 tomorrow morning. There is still time. We will delay the electrocution. That done, tomorrow there will be a jailbreak. My brother will escape.
Yes, but...
Listen to me, Zlata, listen.
Yes, my lord.
This Governor Barnes, he will be at the dance recital.
He will be there.
Then tonight the Honorable Governor will grant a stay of execution to your husband, Princess Zlata.
A stay?
A stay of 24 hours, which will be long enough. Now that I am here, the prison break will be no problem.
But if the governor will not grant the stay, if my husband really dies...
Hakim will not die. When Durga Khan asks a favor, he asks in a special way. Zlata governors, not even kings, refuse.
It is not India, Durga Khan. They will guard this Governor Barnes.
Against my powers, Zlata, there is no guard. Go to the house in the country. Wait there for me.
If you fail...
Fail. When Durga Khan dances, there is no thought of failure. And tonight, he dances for his brother's life.
Cigarette, Margot?
Oh, thank you, Lamont. You must admit the man is an artist.
Yes, of course. Durga Khan is certainly the greatest Oriental dance of the day. His dances, they have the strange, mystic fascination of the East.
I just love Oriental culture.
Everything Oriental's perfect, you know. That woman's forgotten all about another Oriental. He's preparing to die, only a few miles away.
You mean Joseph Hakim, the murderer?
Exactly. No one applauded his display of Oriental culture, and he's from the same section as Durga Khan and of the same caste.
But Lamont, Hakim's a brutal murderer.
Certainly. He's to die tonight in the electric chair. Nevertheless, he's a product of the same civilization as the artistic Durga Khan.
Oh, look, there's Police Commissioner Weston.
Yes, I saw him in his box.
Coming over here. Hello, Commissioner Weston.
Oh, Margot Lane. Hello, Cranston. How do you like the show? I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the governor.
Governor Barnes?
The governor isn't here.
Not yet. What with the execution and everything, he couldn't get away early. He's coming for the last half of the recital.
You mean Governor Barnes is actually leaving the State House tonight?
Yes. Barnes is hipped on seeing this dancing fellow.
I suppose he's wanted by the prison.
Now, that's taken care of. I have one of my men keeping the special wire open here to the theater.
Wasn't a pleasant case, was it, Commissioner?
No, sir. Plain, cold-blooded butchery.
Well, here comes Governor Barnes.
Oh, Commissioner Weston, did I miss much? Not too much, Governor. Still intermission.
Margot Lane and young Cranston. Well, tell me, is this Durga Khan as great as they say?
Every bit.
Fine. Well, I must get to my box. Coming, Commissioner?
Yes, Governor. It's this way.
We'd better get back, Lamont. There goes the buzzer.
All right, Margot. But after that first half of the program, Durga Khan's got to be wonderful. What can he do to top it?
Again.
Yes.
Where's Governor Barnes, Lamont? I've been trying to spot him.
Commissioner Weston's box, see? Sitting in the rear.
Shh, Lamont. Durga Khan's going to speak.
Ladies and gentlemen, now I will recite for you a mystic prayer. It is more ancient than the rivers of India. There is no translation for this prayer. You must let my tongue interpret it for you.
Well, this is something new.
Please, let's listen.
It doesn't make sense.
Please, Lamont, don't disturb it.
Margot.
Yes?
Margot, that's hypnotism. He's trying to hypnotize the audience.
Isn't it wonderful?
Margot, listen. Listen. Can't you hear me?
A lovely chant.
Margot, use your will, Margot. Your will.
Oh.
Shame of you, Margot. Margot. She's under Khan's spell. Good Lord, everyone is. An entire audience. Even I can feel the influence. Mass hypnotism. But why? Why is Durga Khan exerting his will on all these people? Margot. Margot, listen to me, dear. Listen. Fight against it. Fight.
I can't.
Give me your hand. No. Come back, Margot. Come back.
What's the matter?
Listen, my dear. Durga Khan's giving a remarkable exhibition of mass hypnotism, that's all.
Mass hypnotism?
Yes, the whole audience spellbound.
Oh, Lamont, that child
Don't listen. Don't look at that blue flame. Look up at the boxes, if anything, at Westerners. Great heaven.
Lamont, what is it?
Look. Margot, two men just grabbed Governor Barnes. Yes, they're dragging him from the box. Stop, Weston! Everyone, listen to me! The governor has been kidnapped!
I've got to get back to town. This change into the country is ridiculous.
They're turning off the highway.
Why should Durga Khan kidnap Governor Barnes?
Look, Lamont, there's a house on that hilltop. That's where Durga Khan is headed for. It's an ideal place to hide the governor, Commissioner.
Well, we can't raid every lonely house in the country.
Hurry, Margot. We've got to get into that house.
Yes, Lamont.
Margot, look out! Stop!
That's the way.
Shall I come along?
No, you stay here.
Oh, hurry up, Cranston. Let's get this whole thing over.
Get the shortwave radio equipment ready and stand by for a call.
Yes, do be careful, Lamont. Durga Khan's a powerful and dangerous man.
Yes, my dear, but so is a certain friend of ours, the Shadow.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so luckily that time that Skype dropped out, it didn't happen while the show was going and deafen all of you, because this shit boosted 16 decibels for this particular episode, so even I would be deaf. And
then I'd have to try and run this shit, and it would just be a disaster.
What are you talking about? Just admit it to the people. We're already running this off of your rotary phone. I'm literally.
All right, I guess
I'm literally
on long enough.
I'm hosting this show from Potato. Like, I just plug my headset into a Potato and just roll it over transcripts from old Shadow episodes to make this happen.
See, you didn't spring for the sweet potato like I did?
No. Sweet potatoes they're nicer, but yes, 28 baud modem. Potatoes a symbol. Potatoes rise up, I guess. Somebody call JF. We're starting a movement. From now on, we will be known as the Spud Ruckers. Dial-up noises. Fuck! The turn of the century has come for us. Nah, man, I'm terminal with Y2K over here. Y2K is just
jokes on you guys. Y2K came late.
Spud Squad. Fantastic. Oh, man. I guess during this brief interlude, we can go ahead and give a sneak preview of some of the shows we have lined up for the people for the next couple of weekends coming up.
Oh, shit. Hold on to your asses, everybody.
On to your asses. This Saturday, I believe that Thomas Royalup will be coming on to talk about his Big Titty Crowdfund comic. May reach out and see if Mr. Dick Masterson will promote this book with us. But
yeah, I mean, why wouldn't he?
I believe the project is called Inevitably Doomed. It's probably the most anti-PC thing I've seen all year, and I love it so much. So I'll have some questions. We'll get about an hour with Thomas, and they have, if they don't get all their points out, then they have offered to come back on at a later finish up. But we'll see how that goes.
Excited for that.
The following week is the show that Ayrton has been waiting for probably 2 to 3 months now. We have invited the one and only Don Chen, the co-creator and writer for Adolescent Radioactive Black Belt Hamsters, to come on and speak about Clint, a Hamster Triumphant, the miniseries that was an offshoot of the Radioactive Black Belt Hamsters. So we will be going through that. He has given us permission to go through that page by page if we want to. I'm not sure if we'll make it through both issues doing that, because I have it on good authority the man's hilarious.
I mean, all the books he wrote.
Oh yeah. And then I'm not even done yet. The following Saturday, August 17th. I have Sean Crummell slotted to come on, where we will talk about the first 6 issues of Pit. Sean runs a YouTube channel where he reviews back issues, and I reached out and said, hey, I see you review back issues. I stream about comics. We should do a show together. And he messaged me back, so I don't know if the joke's on him or us, but we will find out. So
definitely tune in for us fangirling while we talk to Don Chen.
You fangirling. I tell dad jokes with the man. Indubitably.
Fair enough. See, you told me I'm not allowed to tell dad jokes because I'm not a dad.
I mean, that's fair. And even Kimley in the chat has it right. Ayrton's been talking about this since episodes 1 through 6. So that's just
you're not wrong.
Just a brief update of what we've got going on. We'll obviously let you guys know of any changes or updates. But yeah, putting in work. Unlike somebody on this podcast, Potato Cast.
I'm composing the new intro music.
Look,
shit takes time.
Strumming on a guitar while drinking Guinness is not composing, sir. You're not fucking Mozart over there.
How do you know Mozart wasn't drinking Guinness while he was pounding away on the piano?
Mainly because Guinness didn't exist back then.
Now I need to look this up. Hold on.
Anyway, while
is that sad that I know when Guinness was founded better than I know when Mozart was around?
No. I mean, if you didn't know when Beethoven was around, then we might have a problem. Mozart, yeah, I can give you a pass on that one.
Okay.
But while he looks that up, we'll go ahead and
suck it. He died 1791. Guinness was established in 1759. So he could have been.
Well, all right then. Why don't you vamp for a moment while I get through this advertisement?
Okay. So there's your history fact of the day, folks. Mozart was around at the time of Guinness. And that's fantastic. I'm hearing stuff. Okay. They're not hearing stuff? Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes. So, sorry to disappoint all of you. No blue coal for this one. But, BF Goodrich tires, it's a acceptable substitution, I would say.
I don't know. Yeah. I've heated many an alley with a tire.
You're not from Detroit.
No, but I'm from the South. And to answer the novel bro in chat, I will see your Symphony Number 40 and raise you Beethoven's Ninth from Clockwork Orange, mixed with the toothpicks. You have to have the toothpicks to keep your eyes open. But yeah.
Or duct tape.
No, you have to have toothpicks. Toothpicks are more painful. They stab you while they hold your eyelids open. And you can get a splinter. Splinters are awful. Actually, quick poll in the chat. There's 4 of you in here. That's enough for a poll. Splinters or paper cuts? What's worse?
Ooh.
1 for splinters, 2 for paper cuts. And with that, we will go ahead and start the next episode while everyone debates. Well, not the next episode, but the rest of this episode.
No answer, Commissioner Weston. No. Wait, Lamont. Someone's coming now. Yes? They want to see Duggar Khan. The master is resting. I'm sorry. I'm Commissioner Weston, Police Department.
You cannot enter. Go away.
Now, look here.
The master must not be
Hold on there. Ahmed, what is this?
2 gentlemen, master. Police.
It's Commissioner Weston, Duggar Khan. Let them enter, Ahmed.
Yes, master. Step in, please.
Thank you.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Sorry to disturb you, Duggar Khan.
It is late, Commissioner. Hardly the hour for a social call. We'd just like to ask you some questions, sir, about the governor's disappearance.
So? You may go, Ahmed.
Yes, master.
Gentlemen, I know nothing. You don't mind if we look around a bit? Just a formality?
Look around? Well, yes. You mean you desire to search my house?
Merely a matter of routine, sir.
Routine or no routine, it is an insult. You don't understand, sir. The home of Duggar Khan to be searched like the den of a common criminal. But if you... I will not allow it. Duggar Khan's blood is royal. In every country in the world, his privacy is respected. I will complain to your government.
You are forcing us to go and get a search warrant, Duggar Khan.
Search warrant? Cranston, do you think all this is necessary?
Duggar Khan really has nothing to hide.
No, of course I have not. Perhaps I have been too hasty. It is, I suppose, part of your customary routine, this search. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Nothing personal, you understand? In that case, come. I will conduct you myself. Now, this room here. Wait till I switch on the lights. Step in, gentlemen.
Say, this is some layout. Copy of the inside of a temple, isn't it?
Yes. You see, I have fitted it even with an altar.
What's that curtain behind the altar, sir?
That covers the sacred flame, Mr. Cranston. Wait. I will unveil it. You know, Cranston, this place is enough to give you the creeps.
Yes, it is. It's marvelously beautiful, and yet...
Look, gentlemen! The sacred flame. Why, that's the same sort of a fire that he had on the stage, isn't it?
Yes. That looks very familiar, Duggar Khan.
Familiar? In what way? Mr. Cranston here had a rather strange idea about the governor's kidnapping. He links it up with hypnotism. Hypnotism? What hypnotism? Oh, it's just an idea of Cranston.
1 minute, Commissioner. Duggar Khan, that Oriental prayer of yours, it seemed to have, well, a hypnotic influence on me. In fact, on the whole audience.
You must be mistaken, Mr. Cranston. Duggar Khan is a dancer, not a hypnotist. That's what I said. But that prayer... The prayer is harmless, my friends. Look, Duggar Khan will recite it for you quickly. It is a simple petition to one of my country's gods. Listen, gentlemen.
Padmani Om Lalani Mu
Cranston. You feel sleepy?
Yes. Very.
That's enough, Khan. Stop, I said. Stop.
Oh, can't.
It's got me. Cranston. Wake up. Cranston. Stop. Durga Khan, or I'll shoot.
You can shoot, Commissioner. Like the clever Mr. Cranston. You can only fall. Sleep, fools. Did you think to resist the power of Durga Khan? Now, search my house. Do. You will find your governor safe in my hands, no? You lie still. Durga Khan is your master. Will return before you awake. Rest. Sleep.
So, you think you can cast your spell over me, Durga Khan? Never. Now let it be a war of wills. You against the shadow. Margot Lane. The shadow calling Margot Lane.
Lamont, this is Margot.
Governor Barnes is here, so is Commissioner Weston. Both prisoners.
Lamont, Durga Khan's men came searching and I had to leave the car. They've wrecked the engine.
I'm afraid they might. Now listen. There's a telephone apparatus in the right-hand part of the car. Bring up the telephone wires where the pole has fallen. Can you reach the wires?
Yes, they're quite low.
Will you get the operator out, get a trace the call, and send help? Then tell her to stay off the wire.
Stay off the wire?
Yes, if I'm right, the governor will make a call from here very soon. You must intercept that call. You must pose as the operator of the state prison and the warden's secretary. Her name is Miss Pierce. Take the governor's message. It will be about a safe execution for the murderer, Joseph Hakim. Say you will give the warden that message, understand?
Yes, Lamont.
I'll protect the governor. Durga Khan does not know about the shadow. That is all.
Turn the wheel and elect a little more, men. Let Governor Barnes know what there's really in store for him. Yes, master.
Durga Khan, we have not much time.
Time enough, Princess Daughter. My brother is not to die for a full hour. In half that time, the governor will be begging to do our bidding.
You're wrong. I'll never break.
You must.
Quiet, Zadar. Durga Khan commands here. Listen to me, Governor Barnes. Either you form the prison and stop the execution, or this torture will grow worse and worse.
I will not do it. Hakim is going to pay for that murder.
Yes? Another turn of the wheel, Din.
Yes, Master.
Durga Khan, what about those two men downstairs?
I have hypnotized them, put them to sleep. I sent Ahmed to find them. Men, twist the wheel.
Master!
What is it, Ahmed?
Master, one of the men you put under your power has disappeared.
Yes, it did.
The Commissioner Weston, he is asleep. The other one is gone.
Impossible.
He's not in the temple, Master. I searched everywhere.
He must have revived and fled. Oh, Durga Khan, what shall we do?
Have no fear, Zadar. He cannot have gone far, but we must catch him. We must search the house.
Yes, Master.
Now, you other two, you hunt through the grounds.
Yes, Master.
Come, Zadar, come. We must find him. We must.
Yes, Master.
Lock the door, Ahmed.
Governor Barnes. Who was that? Who spoke? A friend, Governor. I am here in the shadows. You cannot see me, but I am here to help you. Who are you? Some call me the Shadow. The Shadow? I've heard of him. Governor Barnes, Durga Khan does not know I'm in this room. Then get me out of here. Not so easy. Listen, Governor Barnes. Listen closely. I've sent for help. But you must make that phone call to the prison for Durga Khan. You must. Let me explain. You will not suffer any more, but act as though Governor Barnes.
Hurry, Durga Khan. Dial the prison phone number.
Yes, Ada. Do not worry, there is still time. Loosen the wheel a little, Ahmed.
Yes, master.
Please, no more torture. No more torture, Governor. But you are a very stubborn man.
Durga, the phone.
You promised to loosen my bonds. After the call, Governor. Hello.
Oh, they must answer. They must.
They will, Zada. Remember, Governor, it is your life for my brothers. There will be no tricks. I said I'd make the call. It talks.
State prison.
All right, Governor. Ahmed, your knife is at the governor's throat.
Yes, master.
Speak, Governor, speak. Hello, state prison.
Hello. This is Governor Barnes. The warden's office, please.
Yes, Governor, just a minute.
Remember, Governor, one false move and death.
Warden's office.
A woman. Ask who it is.
Hello. This is Governor Barnes. Who's talking?
Miss Pierce, Governor, the warden's secretary.
Miss Pierce, Zada. Is that your name?
Yes.
Go ahead, Governor.
Miss Pierce, I want to stay out execution for Joseph Hakim.
Joseph Hakim?
Yes, hurry. Tell the warden.
Oh, don't worry, Governor. We'll stop it. It will be stopped.
Yes. And tomorrow the prison break. And your husband will be a free man.
You'll never get away with this.
You think your friends may trace that call, Governor? Perhaps. But when they reach here, we will be gone.
Hakim, my husband's free.
Now, what about me? You promised I'd go free if I made the call.
Dark the Governor, Ahmed. You annoys me.
Yes, master.
You treacherous devil. Oh!
He is gagged, Master. Durga Khan is not a fool, Governor. You would make too good a witness. I cannot let you live to accuse me. Ahmed.
Yes, master.
Silence the Governor. Forever. With your knife.
Yes, master.
You fool. You dropped the knife.
No, Master. Someone gripped my arm.
There is no one here.
There is, Princess. I am here. The Shadow.
Master, there is only the voice.
Who are you that speaks and is not seen? One whose power is greater than yours, Durga Khan. The Shadow.
Durga Khan, this unseen one.
He cannot stop us now, Zada. Ahmed, get the car ready.
Yes, Master.
You are wrong, Durga Khan. I can't stop you. No, Shadow. Can your cloak of invisibility stop a bullet? The gun is useless, Durga Khan. No marksman can hit what he cannot see. Ah, but I can see the Governor, Shadow. He is still my hostage. We are leaving here. And if the Shadow attempts to stop us, the Governor dies. You cannot escape the Shadow, Durga Khan. No? Here, Zada, take this gun. If I give the word, shoot the Governor.
Yes, Durga Khan.
A life for a life, Shadow. We live in peace or Barnes and Western die. Now, you must bargain with me, Shadow. Great is Durga Khan. He talks while his brother dies.
His brother dies?
My brother lives. I saved him. Zada, this man with his dreams of power has deceived you. He has not saved Joseph Hakim. You must be mad. Even now, Princess, your husband is dead. While talk, Shadow, and follow, Durga Khan. You cannot stop the course of justice by the power of your will. Hakim is dead. Your kidnapping was in vain. He lies, Zada. Shoot the Governor. Princess, wait. Zada, obey my order. Listen, Princess. You wish to know the truth about your husband?
Yes, her voice?
Oh, Zada, listen. Turn on the radio here. It's time for the news. Listen and learn if Joseph Hakim was saved tonight or not.
And that is the weather report for tonight.
Listen, Princess.
Now we bring you a news flash which just arrived in the studio. Exactly 2 minutes ago, Joseph Hakim was executed at state prison for murder. Hakim walked to the death chamber unaided, and he...
There must be some mistake.
Durga Khan, you faithless one. You have so many promises. You, the false brother. The mistake was in my trusting you.
That was the mistake, Princess Zada. Zada, put that gun down. Zada, Durga Khan speaks.
Durga Khan speaks for the last time.
Put down that gun, Princess.
No, Hakim, my husband is dead. What is there left for me but death?
Shot herself.
Let go of me! Let go of me!
Master, we have caught another woman.
Oh, they're dead.
Release the girl, Ahmed.
Where is the voice? What is it?
It is the voice of the Shadow men of Durga Khan. Your chief Durga Khan is dead. Your Princess Zada is dead. Release the prisoners and go.
Master.
Ahmed.
Master.
The blood of Durga Khan is no more. The police are coming, Ahmed.
Yes, Shadow. Yes.
So, the great Durga Khan is dead.
Yes, Margot. He forgot that laws were for all men, not only for the poor and the weak. Durga Khan had great talent, power, but he used it for evil. And it cost him his life.
You have been listening to a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories.
Don't tell the people it's copyrighted. It's not copyrighted anymore. Shut the fuck up. In fact, I don't think anybody owns a radio anymore.
I do.
That's not a radio.
No, I do. I have a radio.
Can it actually pick up radio?
And also has a radio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But does it have
and
Wi-Fi?
I think it might do 8-track too. No, it has Bluetooth.
Does it?
Yeah.
I got a Bluetooth speaker that I use when I shower. It's one of those that has the like waterfall light show in it.
Oh yeah.
It you know.
This does records, CDs, cassettes, 8-track, radio, Bluetooth.
You probably have one of those shirts that says "Ask me about my 7 inches" and has the little disc like holder on it, don't you?
What are you talking about? Big 10-inch.
Yeah, but you don't have records that play the blues.
Oh, of course I do.
Do you? Do you really? Don't lie to me, Mago.
Mago.
Mago Lane.
So are we gonna spell it with an E?
I mean, you already
be the official spelling, Mago.
You already started the hashtag, so I mean, who am I to contest?
Well, that's how. Well, that's the viewers were spelling it that way in the chat, so I figured just to make.
I agree with everything you just said, but I think we got the gist of it. Kimley in the chat, for the fans, bitch. Commander Blue Steel, lads. Give me that bebop shit. Lots of expletives. Mago Lane. So, I mean, Kimley's behind it. So,
fantastic.
But not fan-for-stick. I want everyone to understand that.
We don't talk about fan-for-stick.
Well. So, next episode is Death from the Deep. Speaking of the Deep is one of the characters in the Seven from The Boys, which we've covered the first volume and a half of on this particular program. And I think...
Oh, yeah.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
No, but...
Do you have a friend or a relative?
I can watch it.
Okay. Well, we
let's
should
say yes.
should watch The Boys. First season, and then compare and contrast the first season versus the first volume. So
I'm down with that.
Because I've seen bits and pieces of the whole season. I've seen the first 3 episodes, and like all the way through. But I've seen bits and pieces of the first season all the way through as well. Mrs. Church said that it was really good. Your boy Zach, Diversity in Comics, he gave it a rounding applause. Ethan Van Sciver is reading the graphic novels in response to your boy Zach, basically saying that it was a great show. Okay. I don't know. I think we should watch it and compare and contrast the first volume to the first season. I can already, like, just from the first 3 or 4 episodes, I can already tell a lot of glaring differences, including heroes that didn't even exist in the books being in the show, and vice versa. I will go ahead and spoil it for
as
everybody.
long as we get proper representation of Love Sausage, I'll be fine with it.
I was literally about to tell you that Love Sausage does not make an appearance in this season that I can tell.
Damn it.
But Love Sausage didn't show up till season 2, or volume 2, so.
True. Forgot about that. Well, yeah, I'm down. I will let you know if I can get access to watch it.
If you can legitimately sign into to Amazon Prime to view it, you mean? By no means were you insinuating that you were going to use a pirating method to view this particular program, because pirating is wrong.
Exactly.
You wouldn't steal a car, would you?
No, I would not download a car.
I've downloaded a house before.
I mean, isn't it weird, though, we're at a point in technology that you could almost download a car with 3D printers?
I was going to say, you can... I download a lot of guns every day. Anytime I find blueprints for 3D firearms, I definitely I put those in the wrong think file on my computer.
Allegedly.
No, I definitely have a file on my computer called the wrong thing file. But you have to get through like 8 folders of,
gay porn.
Disturbing porn. Not necessarily just gay, but disturbing.
Oh, okay. Like pterodactyl porn and that kind of shit?
Oh, man, I wouldn't want to take pictures of my parents. And the silence is deafening. Anyway, we will continue this endeavor with The Shadow, Death from the Deep. The reason that transition took place is because the Deep is a character. He is the Aquaman equivalent. I will say his comic book counterpart is much more awesome in costume than the TV show version. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
Oh shit, Matt Christie's 3D model blueprints were lost in a tragic boating accident. That's horrible to hear. You know, I lost my entire gun safe in a boating accident.
Damn. Your entire safe?
My entire gun safe. All of it.
Why was your gun safe on a boat?
Because, most of it wasn't registered.
My next theory is you get hurricanes down in the area of the south where you're at, right? So I figure maybe a boat came through and like smashed up your safe or something. Like
no. What happened was the hurricane came through and picked up my safe and my boat and dropped them both into the lake.
Okay. Fair enough.
Right. So, anyway. Speaking of the boat and the safe and the lake, Death from the Deep, The Shadow, brought to you by Blue Coal.
What's up?
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, The Shadow's exciting adventure will start in just a moment. But first, I have an announcement that should be sent screaming across every front page in America. Because it's all about the safest thing on wheels. The new Goodrich Safety Silvertown tire with the Lifesaver tread. Imagine, not only does this sensational Silvertown give you the greatest skid protection you have ever known, and Golden Ply blowout protection that has already saved thousands of motorists' lives, it gives you both of these life-saving features at no extra cost. The new Goodrich Lifesaver Tread has a truly amazing action on wet, slippery roads. It does to the rain-drenched roads what your windshield wiper does to the windshield. Its spiral bars that never end act like a whole battery of windshield wipers. They sweep the water right and left, force it out through deep drainage grooves, make a dry track for the rubber to grip. Don't let a skid endanger your life. Don't let a blowout throw your car out of control. Start riding on the new Goodrich, spelled Goodrich, Goodrich Safety Silvertown. The sooner, the safer. The Shadow, Lamont Cranston, a man of wealth, a student of science, and a master of other people's minds, devotes his life to righting wrongs, protecting the innocent, and punishing the guilty. Using advanced methods that may ultimately become available to all law enforcement agencies, Cranston is known to the underworld as the Shadow. Never seen, only heard, as haunting to superstitious minds as a ghost, as inevitable as a guilty conscience. The Shadow's true identity is known only to his constant friend and aide, Margot Lane. Today's story, Death from the Deep.
Look at the water, Captain. Calm as a mill pond. I tell you, I don't like it.
Now, Mr. McLennan, that's not good talk for a first mate. You sound like a superstitious deck swabber. If the elements feel kindly toward us, let them be.
I know, Captain. But 5 days with the sea as smooth as a skating rink. 'Tis a bad omen.
Well, Mr. McLennan, perhaps we'll have a good squall tomorrow to restore your peace of mind. For myself, I'll take anything. What's that?
Sounded like the engine room.
That was more than a boiler, McLennan. Hello. Hello down there. Why don't you answer? Hello.
Captain, we've been...
Hello down there. We've been what?
Captain Jones, look there. Look at that white path on the water coming toward us. It's a torpedo.
We're not at war.
Hold fast, Captain. It's going to hit amidships.
Are all hands accounted for?
Yes, Captain.
Are all lifeboats clear?
All but this one, sir.
And lower away. Hold lively, men.
We're just getting away in time, sir.
Hey, what's that nosing out of the water dead ahead, sir?
It's a submarine.
A submarine? So that's what did it. The blackguards?
A man's coming out of the submarine hatch, sir.
He's got a machine gun. He's pointing at us.
Stop! Stop, for the love of heaven!
Extreme! Another massacre on the high seas! Deep in current down, hold on, poor
Acme Steamship Agency.
I wish to cancel my reservation on the Princess Marie.
But, madam, didn't you...
I'm not sailing, I tell you. Why, it'd be suicide.
But, Mr. Williams, you can ship your goods with us. Our boats are safe.
No boat is safe.
But you'd be insured.
Yes, at 4 times the usual rate. Oh, no. You can cancel my shipment.
Gentlemen of the Maritime Commission, we are confronted with a vital problem. In the past 3 months, there have been exactly 18 ships mysteriously sunk on the high seas. Ships belonging to the United States, Great Britain, Germany, Italy, Japan, in fact, every major power. This series of unexplainable marine disasters has created a panic throughout the nautical world. Passenger reservations are being canceled. Freight shipments are being withdrawn. Crews are deserting the ships. Gentlemen, something has got to be done.
Waiter, some more coffee, Margot?
Yes, please, Lamont.
2 more coffees, waiter.
Now, what were you saying, Lamont?
Just this. 3 months ago, Margot, the first ship disappeared. A few days later, a second ship was sunk. This time, the bullet-ridden bodies of the crew were found dead, afloat in their lifeboats.
Horrible.
It is. Each succeeding disaster has been increasingly horrible.
And now all shipping is at a standstill.
These atrocities could not have been brought about by international jealousies because each of the ships sunk has been owned by a company in a different country.
Well, who can be
I'm
responsible?
not sure. But my deduction is it's the work of a pirate.
A pirate? But, Lamont, a pirate in the 20th century?
Yes, Margot. And one more callous, more bloodthirsty than any buccaneer who ever sailed the Spanish Main.
Then why isn't he tracked down?
Because not a single person has ever survived these sinkings. Therefore, the pirate has never been
He
seen.
must be seen sometime.
Not if he has a submarine.
Submarine?
Yes, Margot.
But how could an individual be in possession of a submarine without it being known?
If a man were rich and clever enough, he could have a submarine built in complete secrecy.
There must be some way of finding him out.
There is. Before such a craft could be constructed, it has to be designed. There are very few expert designers of submarines in the world. In the brain of one of them, this pirate craft must have been
But
conceived.
Lamont, a pirate submarine sounds fantastic.
Even more fantastic, Margot, is the motive of the pirate. He's preyed on every kind of ship from the superliner to the common tramp. He can't be after booty because examination of the sunken hulls has revealed that nothing has been touched.
Why, Lamont? Why?
To find an answer to that question is a task for the Shadow.
But how would you proceed?
I've already made a few secret inquiries at the Navy Department in Washington. They told me of one chap who might be worth investigating, Mr. Joseph Hart, a brilliant designer of naval crafts who was dishonorably discharged from his position.
Where can he be found?
I have learned that he is living all alone in a small house out on Oak Road. The Shadow is going to pay a call on Mr. Joseph Hart tonight.
Will you pass me that bottle, please, Benton?
Certainly. Here you are. Joseph, I'm sorry to see you indulging in liquor. It frequently loosens the tongue. It sometimes makes a man say things that he later regrets.
What do you mean?
Just this. We share a secret, Joseph. A secret which would be most unwise for either of us to divulge.
I haven't said anything. I haven't talked.
Not yet. My fear is for what you might say. Your nerve is deserting you, Joseph. You must pull yourself together.
How can I pull myself together when night after night I'm tortured by the vision of a procession of helpless ships sinking down to the murky depths, haunted by the faces of floating corpses, tormented by...
Shut up!
I was a fool. I designed and built that submarine.
A service for which you were well paid.
Yes, with money soaked in blood. I'm responsible for the havoc and the terror that your insane...
Don't say that, you idiot. I'm no madman, do you hear?
Why did you come here tonight, Benton?
Because, Joseph, I've been wondering of late why I permit you to live. You're becoming increasingly dangerous to my interests.
No.
Unless you can prove to me that our secret is safe and that you will aid me in the future.
No, I'll never do that.
No? In that case, I feel that you ought to be my guest on the next cruise of the submarine.
I'd never come back. Is that what you mean?
Quite true. But before you leave us in mid-ocean, you'll have an opportunity to see the splendid efficiency with which your creation, the submarine, operates.
No. I'd rather you kill me right now and have it over with.
And deprive you of witnessing the thrilling spectacle of my accurate marksmanship? To see them leap from the boats in terror like rats? No, Joseph, you can't miss seeing that.
No. I'd do anything rather than be forced to see that.
I thought you would. Maintain that attitude, Joseph, or it may be necessary for me to request that you pack your yachting clothes. A contingency which we should both deeply regret. Good night.
What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
I'll tell you what you can do, Joseph Hart.
Who's that?
There's a way to save you from the evil domination of Barry Vinton.
Who are you?
I am the voice of one who has come to help you. I am the instrument of your righteous vengeance. I am the Shadow.
The Shadow?
With my assistance, you can compensate for some of the wrong that you have done.
But how?
Tell me the secret that you share with Vinton.
Oh, no. I can't. I'm
have
afraid.
More to fear if you remain silent. The Shadow already knows enough to hang you, Joseph Hart.
You haven't got anything on me.
I heard every word that passed between you and Vinton in this room.
Oh.
Tell me what I want to know and save yourself. Or perhaps, as Vinton so aptly put it, you prefer to pack your yachting clothes.
Nothing can save me. What I've done is done. I can never escape my conscience.
Then your conscience must tell you that it's your duty to all...
Casey is a millionaire sportsman. He was famous as a deep-sea fisherman and a big game hunter. He came to me first seeking a design for a racing boat. I built it for him, and we became friends.
And because of that friendship, you consented to build a submarine.
Yes, but not for the purpose that he later used it. He told me that he wanted for a new thrill. Oh, believe me.
Go on.
The submarine was built in Vinton's private shipyard, out at Carey's Point. Knowledge of its construction was carefully guarded from the world. It was not until the day the boat was launched that he told me his true intentions.
What were those intentions?
Vinton is a lunatic, coldly, murderously mad. He'd always been a killer, but he tired of shooting lines and gaffing marlin. Now his warped brain had turned to what he regarded as a new sport.
The sinking of ships and the ruthless slaying of defenseless men. Now I understand. Why does he keep the submarine?
I don't know.
Are you telling the truth, Joseph Hart?
I've told you everything. Why should I lie now? If I knew where that boat was, I'd blow it to pieces, myself with it. Myself with it. Wait. Myself. That's the idea. That's how I could fool Barry Benson. Why should I wait to die at his hands? No, no.
What are you doing?
I'll fool Barry Benson.
Here, put down that gun.
No more tortured, sleepless nights. I'd see no more screaming headlines. Another boat sunk, and another, and another.
Don't, Joseph Hart, don't.
Barry Benson will never take me on that voyage. I'll fool him, I say, fool him.
Poor Joseph Hart. You served us both. Now we shall see whom you have served best. Barry Benton or the Shadow.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember that this show is brought to you not only by Blue Coal, but by the wonderful world of crowdfunded comics and Comicsgate. Back a comic today if you, if you have the means. If not, share a campaign that you're really behind. Few that I've backed this year: Monster MD, Cyberfrog, Earthworm Jim, The Littlest Umbrella. There are plenty more to choose from, and plenty that I can't afford. Looking to get Flying Fortress, looking to get Downcast before it goes out of stock, but again, 3 children and whatnot. But also, let me take this time to
Flying Fortress.
Let me take
How
this
long do we
opportunity.
have one?
Man, I don't know. Probably till about September. Before it goes to print.
Alright, hold on.
But,
Continue.
well, I appreciate your permission. I could just mute you, but thanks for, letting me talk on my show.
You could.
I'm going to turn you into Blue Coal. Actually, you know what? I haven't done this. I haven't done this in a couple.
Right there.
I don't think I did this when Thor. Ayrton, you're fired.
God damn it.
Anyway, no, back an indie comic today. Support Comicsgate, and while you're at it, if you find folks would be so kind as to leave a like on the stream, I would love you forever. And if you're not already subscribed and you like what you're hearing here, please, by all means, subscribe. Share this with your friends. Share it on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good shit. However you want to do it. Support the channel if you would. We really appreciate it. It goes a long way.
Oh, yeah. Remember, Blue Coal, the world's finest anthracite. I don't know. I forgot the rest of the advertisement. No, there's no better way to heat your home than with Blue Coal, clean burning, to keep your home warm throughout the winter. Even heating, that's what it is.
That's the one.
I gotta
Anyway.
find the script. I'm gonna type out the script for that.
Yeah, you gotta write your own though. You gotta write your own and just keep a guitar handy so you can give them a little jingle.
Well, I'll write theirs out. Do some tweaks to it. I I don't know what style of music would sound good for a Blue Coal ad.
I don't know, but for some reason I feel like you'll be doing this before we have an intro song, and I hate you for that.
Well, that'll take like 2 minutes to do. The intro song thing, that's a little bit more technical than just picking up a guitar and making something up.
That sounds like an excuse to me, honestly. Anyway, I do appreciate Eric, and I just have to break his balls every now and then so he doesn't get too cocky and try and take the show over from me. But
I don't
anyway,
have the technical skill to do that.
Let's you have the potato and the rotary phone. You'll be fine. We will continue the death from the deep right now, and we are right on track to be done. Well, are we? Maybe? No, probably not. We probably run over a little bit. Let's see where we end up.
Yeah, we
So, Margot, Hart finished telling me the story, and before I could stop him, he shot himself in the head.
Poor man.
Perhaps it was better that way.
Lamont, now how will you find the submarine?
Joseph Hart told me that it was built at Vinton's shipyard out at Carey's Point. That's the logical place to start my search.
Is that where you're going now?
Yes.
Do be careful, Lamont. Remember, that man's a lunatic. He'll stop at nothing.
The Shadow hasn't anything to fear from Vinton.
Hope you're right.
Now, this is as far as we can safely drive without being seen.
This is a desolate spot. I don't like it. There's a light.
Yes. The shipyard.
It's to be surrounded by a high wall. It looks like a prison.
Perhaps it is a prison. For those within its gates. Margot, before we go any further, I'll give you your instructions.
Yes, Lamont.
I've already been in touch with the United States Coast Guard. They've been promised to give me full cooperation.
Yes.
Once I found the submarine and know Vinton's plans, I shall communicate with you by our private wireless.
And then?
Then you will relay my message directly to the Coast Guard headquarters in Washington.
I understand. Good luck to the Shadow.
The Shadow thanks you.
All right, let it down easy now.
Okay, Phil.
Well, that's the last of the torpedoes, Charlie.
Hey, the sub must be going on a long cruise this time. Taking plenty of supplies and ammunition.
Yeah. Hey, what's that?
It's the wind blowing the door shut. What's the matter with you?
Listen, Charlie, when are we going to get out of this joint? You know we've been cooped up inside this shipyard for 3 months? It's giving me the creeps.
Oh, now take it easy.
I'd rather be back in prison. There wasn't nothing scary about prison, and you knew when your time was up, you got out.
Well, maybe we ain't never going to get out of here.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, this Vinton guy's a bug. He ain't even let us read no newspaper since we come here. The stuff about hunting whales with torpedoes, that sounds screwy to you.
Listen, if he don't let us out of here soon,
Because no.
Are all the torpedoes aboard?
Yes, sir. We just sent down the last load.
Very well, take care of these empty crates. Then you may turn in.
Yes, sir. Mr. Vinton?
Yes?
Well, we was wondering if we... Yeah, me and Charlie here was just talking about the... how we've been in the shipyard here a long time now, and...
So, what Phil is trying to say, Mr. Vinton, is... Well, could we have a couple of days off on the outside?
I'm afraid that would be impossible.
Oh, but Mr. Vinton, it's been 3 months. I've got a wife and kids.
You're being well paid, aren't you?
Oh, sure. You're giving us plenty of dough, all right, but we ain't getting no chance to spend it.
You will remain here as long as your services are required.
What if we don't want to stay here that long? What if we up and leave?
Yeah.
I wouldn't advise you to attempt that. You remember what happened to your associate, Mr. Hadley, when he tried to, as you say, up and leave? He fell from the wall.
You mean that wasn't no accident? Huh?
No. He was shot down.
Oh.
So, do you still want to quit? I thought that. Good night, gentlemen.
Yeah, looks like we're in here for a long, long time.
Yeah, maybe you are. But I'm going to figure a way to get out of here, see?
Perhaps I can be of some assistance.
Who said that?
I heard it, too.
I said, perhaps I can help you if you wish to get out of here.
Who's that talking? Where are you?
Don't bother to look for me. You can't see me.
Why, What is this? One of Vinton's gags or something?
No, I am not speaking for Vincent. I speak for myself.
Who are you?
Men call me the Shadow.
The Shadow. How'd you get in here?
The Shadow is everywhere.
Well, what do you want?
I wish to bargain with you.
Oh, what kind of a bargain?
By this time, you must be aware that you are both at the mercy of a madman.
He's right, Charlie.
You will never leave this place alive unless Barry Vinton is brought to justice.
Oh, what can we do about
I will promise you your freedom if you will just answer my question.
Wait a minute. What do you think, Charlie?
Well, we're taking a chance. This may be a trick.
It is no trick. You have the Shadow's word.
Well, what do you want to know?
Where is Vinton's submarine?
Right below our feet in a secret underground berth.
When does it sail again?
Tonight, at midnight.
What is its destination?
Well, I heard Vinton say something to the mate about Cape Francis.
Good. Sailing at midnight, Cape Francis. The Shadow wishes him good hunting. Calling Margot Lane. Calling Margot Lane. Proceed as instructed. Communicate the following information to Coast Guard headquarters. Pirate submarine sails at midnight for waters off Cape Francis. Impress on Coast Guard the importance of following directions implicitly if wish to bait the madman who is terrorizing the Atlantic.
What is our position, Mr. Brush?
We are 100 miles due east of Cape Francis, sir.
Are we in the regular shipping lane?
Yes, Mr. Vinton.
Have we enough visibility for clear observation?
The sun has just risen, sir.
Good. I'll take over the periscope now.
Very well, sir.
A fine day for hunting, Mr. Brush. Hello, what's this?
Have you sighted something, sir?
Take a look. See what you make of it.
There is smoke. It looks like a steamer.
Splendid. Signal the engine room. Full speed ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is a steamer. I can see a funnel.
Full speed ahead.
Ah, this is the life. There's nothing like it. The sighting of fresh quarry on this periscope. The excitement of the chase, the spine-tingling thrill when the torpedo finds its mark. And then the climax, on Dick, shooting them down with a machine gun like scurrying rats. Mr. Browse, stand by the torpedo tubes. We're coming up fast.
Yes, sir. Stand by the torpedo tube.
Aye, aye, sir.
We'll cut across her bow and swing to starboard. That should give us a perfect shot.
Very good, sir.
Be prepared to rise to the surface quickly. We make a direct hit with the first torpedo.
Very good, sir. Stand by the valve and elevator.
Aye, aye, sir.
We're almost within range. Cut to half speed.
Half speed ahead.
Torpedo tubes number 1 and 2 are loaded, sir.
Torpedo tubes number 1 and 2 are loaded, sir.
Look, Browse. It's a fine, big liner.
Let me see, sir. Aye, that's the Orpheus.
The Orpheus.
I remember now reading of her sailing. She has a full passenger list. Several ambassadors are aboard.
Full passenger list, eh? That sounds most promising. Number 1 tube, ready to fire.
Number 1 tube, ready to fire.
Now, I'll bring her a little more to the starboard. A little more. There. Number 1, fire.
Number 1, fire.
Yes, it's heading straight for a side. No deflection. Should be a perfect hit. Closer. Closer. Going to hit. Now! Why, failed to explode. There's a dud. Number 2 tube, ready to fire.
Number 2 tube, ready to fire.
Number 2, fire.
Number 2, fire.
We won't fail this time.
Yes, you will, Mr. Vinton. You've just fired another dud.
Who dared say that?
I did.
Who are you? Come out here where I can see you.
You will never see me. I am the Shadow.
Shadow, eh? I've heard of you.
The torpedo hit, but it failed to explode again, sir.
Reload the torpedo tubes.
Aye, aye.
That would be a waste of time, Vinton. I've seen to it that all of the torpedoes are dud.
You'll regret this, Mr. Shadow. This is the one time that you've matched wits with a mind cleverer than your own. Blow out the ballast tanks for a quick rise to the surface.
Yes, sir.
I'll show you. I'll sink that boat with my deck guns.
Vinton, you're a madman.
Madman, am I? Ha ha! Very well, I'll show you the full extent of my madness.
Decks awash, sir.
Open the conning tower hatch. Deck crew, stand by to man the guns. Aren't you coming up on deck, Shadow, to witness the kill?
I am already on deck, Vinton.
Devil plague you! How did you get up here? Show yourself!
That is unnecessary, but never fear. I'll stay near you.
The guns are jammed, sir.
Jammed? Why, that's impossible.
I neglected to tell you, Vinton, that I rendered your guns useless.
Oh, so you think that you've outwitted me, Shadow. But you're wrong. Signal the engine room full speed ahead.
Aye, aye, sir.
Steer directly for that vessel's side.
What are you doing now, Vinton?
The prow of this submarine is equipped with a ramming device. With it, we can sink any vessel afloat without injury to us. You didn't foresee that, did you, Shadow? In a few moments, we will rip open the hull of that liner and send it to the bottom as effectively as with any torpedo. So you don't believe me?
Oh, yes, I believe you. But that liner is completely deserted. It was set adrift there by the Coast Guard. It is a veritable floating mine with enough explosives aboard to blow you to kingdom come.
You're lying!
You'll know soon enough. You haven't far to go.
Reverse engines!
Reverse engines!
Will we stop in time? We're getting closer.
No, we're stopping. We're stopping. We're not going to hit. You see, Shadow, I've outwitted you after all.
No, Vinton. You've maneuvered your submarine alongside this ship just as I planned. All right, up there. Here's your men.
Put up your hands! Put up your hands, all of you!
The Coast Guard. It's a trap. It's a trap.
Yes, a trap, Barry Vinton. And this ends your reign of piracy and ruthless murder.
Very smart, aren't you, Shadow? But not as smart as you think you are.
Stop him! He's going inside the submarine! He's closing the hatch!
Yes, they all think they're so clever. But no one can outsmart Barry Vinton. I'll go to the engine room. I'll maneuver the dive. They'll never get me. I'm master below here. Now check the valve. That's right. I'd love to hear what the Shadow is saying up there now.
He's probably saying it's no use trying to maneuver that dive, Barry Vinton.
You, how did you get here, Shadow?
Why, I merely followed you.
Show yourself, Shadow, and I'll shoot you down in your tracks.
Here I am over here in this corner. Come ahead and shoot, Mr. Vinton.
Well, Shadow? Well?
You just missed me.
Why, you...
Come on, men, here he is.
Your marksmanship is deplorable, Mr. Vinton.
Who are you?
That does not matter.
Why don't you tell them who you are, you glory seeker?
I seek no glory. My reward is that ships and men can once more safely sail the seas. The Shadow's work is done.
You have been listening to a dramatized...
So, we're at a bit of an impasse, folks. We have 23 minutes before Rekieta is slotted to go on, which means we have about 28 minutes before he actually goes on. Look at this next episode. No, stop it. No. Next episode is 28 minutes and 55 seconds, minus a few minutes for the advertisement and the end segment. We're cutting it close, so
we are. What are we thinking?
If the people in the chat want me to keep going, I will. We can cut it early. If you'd rather just get ready for Rekieta's stream, I mean, it's pretty much dealer's choice out there. But I have no problem with just keeping going, and then just accepting that everyone will leave in approximately 22 minutes. Either way. But we do have a 4th episode for you guys, and it will still be available on the replay. So I'm thinking we'll just keep going, and then when the final episode ends, that'll just be the end of the episode. We won't do a very long intermission. Nick is always late. Usually gay, mostly muted, and always boomer. But that's why we love him. Usually gay, not always, but usually.
Yeah, usually. There's a distinction.
Especially with the cookies last night. Dear God, he was like 7 minutes late eating sugar cookies on stream and muted. No, he was definitely gay last night. But tonight, even if he's late, he may not be gay. All right.
I want some sugar cookies. What the hell?
Well, go to Texas and buy yourself some sugar cookies.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, with that, folks, we will go ahead and get into the final episode for the evening, The Firebug. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Shadow's exciting adventure starts in a moment. But right now, motorists, I have the biggest, the most exciting news you've heard since the days of the first pneumatic tire. It's all about the tire sensation of 1938, the new Goodrich Safety Silvertown with the amazing Lifesaver tread. This new kind of tire is utterly different in appearance, design, and action than anything you've ever seen or felt. At the first sign of a skid, it turns the wet road under your car into a dry track and stops you quicker, safer than you've ever stopped before. Hard to believe? Just listen to this startling proof. An exhaustive road test made by the largest independent testing laboratory in the country against regular and premium price tires of America's 6 largest tire manufacturers, no tire tested, regardless of price, came up to this new tire in non-skid action. These severe tests, made over a 3-month period, also proved that the Silvertown gave more non-skid mileage than any of the other tires tested in its own price range. Averaged 19.1% more miles before the tires wore smooth. You'll never know what the word stop really means until you felt the grip of the new Silvertown on a wet, slippery road. For safety's sake, make your next set of tires Goodrich. Spelled Goodrich. Goodrich Safety Silvertown. The Shadow, Lamont Cranston, a man of wealth, a student of science, and a master of other people's minds, devotes his life to righting wrongs, protecting the innocent, and punishing the guilty. Using advanced methods that may ultimately become available to all law enforcement agencies, Cranston is known to the underworld as the Shadow. Never seen, only heard, as haunting to superstitious minds as a ghost, as inevitable as a guilty conscience. The identity of the Shadow is known only to his friend and aide, Margot Lane. Today's story, The Firebug.
Fire reported at 4th and Chestnut Street. Blaze at 4th and Chestnut. Fire reported at 4th and Chestnut Street. Blaze at 4th and Chestnut. Keep back of those fire lines!
Let me go! My baby's in there! I've got to save her!
I'm sorry, ma'am. We can't let you in there. You'd be burned to death.
I've got to get through there. I've got to, I tell you. My brother and sister are in that
I don't care. Get back. Hey, you get back. Stop that guy. Come on, get in there. Stop him.
Hello, Chief. How did the firebug get this time? Oh, hello, Commissioner Weston. I had a notion to bring you out. Near as we can check, it's 3 dead and 6 badly burned.
Oh, that's bad. Any idea how it started?
It's the same story as the last 6 tenement fires, Commissioner. It started in the hallway with an oil-soaked baby carriage.
Callahan, there's no doubt about it. We're dealing with a pyromaniac. These 6 tenement houses fires all started in hallways and in an oil-soaked baby carriage.
I know. That's what my department's been trying to hammer into your head for the past 10 days. What's the matter with your police force? Can't you pick up this crazy firebug?
Well, we've done our best. Rounded up every possible suspect in the city. Questioned hundreds of them.
Well, Commissioner, I'm here to tell you that if something isn't done and done quickly,
The city council will have your job and mine, too.
Yes, I know. Careful what you say, Governor. Here comes a couple reporters.
Well, listen, it looks like that crazy firebug's put another one over on you.
What's the matter, Commissioner? Can't you find this nut who's running around with a box of matches and a can of kerosene? We're doing everything possible.
Yeah, and meanwhile, a couple of dozen poor devils get burned to death. The whole town's scared stiff, wondering what this maniac's going to burn next.
Maybe it's time you called in that mysterious friend of yours called the Shadow, Weston.
Yeah, why don't you get the Shadow to help you?
We'll capture the maniac without the Shadow's help.
Look out! Look out! Get back there! Get back! Get back there! Back! The walls! They're coming in!
You know, Lamont, I feel sorry for Commissioner Weston. The newspapers are writing the life out of him. Listen to this editorial. Enter the Shadow. Due to the inability of our police force to curb the wave of incendiarism, dozens of innocent persons in the tenement of our city have died. Weeks have passed, and yet the fiendish criminal responsible for these fires has not been apprehended. It would appear that again the people are in need of help from that mysterious figure known only as the Shadow.
Yes, Margaret, the newspapers are treating Weston and his police force to the rough bed. Pyromaniacs are one of the most difficult type of criminals to deal with in the world.
Therefore, enter the Shadow.
Yes, Margot, but this time, if it's humanly possible, I'm going to see that Weston gets the credit for breaking his case, if it can be broken.
Is that why we're driving through the tenement section now?
Yes, Margot, I've been checking a theory of mine for several days now.
Yes, but only as Lamont Cranston, the amateur criminologist.
Well, here we are.
It's just another tenement house, as far as I can see.
Except that it has a fur dealer shop on the ground floor. Wait here for me, Margot. I'm going in there. Won't be long.
If you see a mink coat lying around somewhere, you might bring it out with you. It might make up for the agony of curiosity you're causing.
Well, I can tell you this much before I go in, Margot. In the last 4 buildings fired by this pyromaniac, there's been a fur dealer's shop on the ground floor. The man who runs this shop here had his establishment in the last place that went up in flames.
Well, he certainly moved into another fire, sir.
Exactly, Margot, and I'm curious to know why.
But not. Why pull your hat over your eyes and roll up your coat collar like that?
It's just that in case the Shadow has to visit this fur dealer later, there won't be any connection with Lamont Cranston. Wait here, Margot. Don't under any circumstance come in that shop.
Antonio, you're coming in the house right now. Come on, though. Hurry up.
What can I do for you, miss? I'm trying to match a piece of fur. You seem to have quite a collection here. I don't sell retail. Who sent you? Didn't you used to have your shop over at 4th and Chestnut? I moved. Oh, yes, that's right. The building you were in burned down. I hear several people burned to death. Yeah, so the papers say. You lost all your stock, I suppose. Were you covered by insurance? Look here, I got no time to talk to you, mister. You better go match your fur someplace else. Wait a minute now, not so fast. I might be interested in some furs in wholesale lots if the price is right. You'll come back some other time. I ain't got time to talk to you now. You don't seem very anxious to do business. Could it be that you don't care very much about selling furs you carry in stock? What do you mean, mister? Who are you anyway? What are you coming around here asking a lot of questions for? Trying to make me talk. What do you want? Well, at the moment, I'd like to know why you're so anxious to get rid of me. You expecting someone? What if I am? None of your business. Get out of here. If you don't mind, I think I'll just have a little look around. If you haven't got what I want in the way of furs, I won't come back. Nobody asked you to come here in the first place. Hello, Manny. Oh, I see you're all set up in your new junk. Yeah, I've got a customer over here behind the rack. Oh, I see. Pepper? I don't know. He said he'd come in here to match these furs. He looks funny to me. Yeah? Listen, Sally. Roll up the front door and pull down the blinds. We'll soon find out what he said. Okay. We better take him in the back room. Once over quick with the brass knuckles will do the trick if we won't talk without him. He's right back to there. Yeah. I don't see anybody. Why, right in it. Hey. He ain't here. But he was just a couple of minutes ago. I seen him going between those 2 racks. Maybe he heard us talking and beat it out the back way. No, he can't do that. The door's locked. I got the key in my pocket. But he's got to be here somewhere. He couldn't have gotten out. Hey, Hickman, wait a minute. You hear that? Yeah, he heard it. Came from back there in the corner. Come on. Look out. Maybe he's a cop. Got a gun.
No, Varelli. I am not from the police. I carry no gun.
Boss, that boy's wait. He came from the corner. But there's nobody there. Nothing.
All right, shut up. There must be somebody there.
Come out of there, you, and come out with your hands up or I'll fill you full of lead.
Things in the shadows are best left in the shadows, Eggman.
Who are you? What are you doing here? What do you want?
I'm looking for a man. 2 men. Perhaps more. Who have burned scores of innocent people to death, caused thousands of dollars damage to property, and terrorized the whole city. I think I have found them.
No. Get him out, Captain.
Yes, I know. You betrayed yourself.
Who are you? Come out of there, I swear I'll shoot.
I am the Shadow, Heckman.
Shadow? Higgins. The newspapers for days now, they've been saying the Shadow fella could find out who set the fires. And now he's here in the shop.
Shut your mouth, Relly. Well, I'll set it for you for good.
Yes, Heckman. A bullet would silence Borelli, but nothing you can do can keep me from reading the thoughts that are racing through your mind. You're caught, and you know it.
Reading our thoughts? You're crazy. It can't be done.
Yes, it can. I can read your mind. It is making pictures like the writing on a slate. You've given me the motive for these crimes. You're a broker.
Sure, that's right. Hegman's a broker.
Shut up.
Yes, Hegman, you write heavy insurance on the stock of men like Borelli. On stock that doesn't exist.
You're not reading my mind, Shadow. You're just guessing. You're smart, but you're not smart enough or you wouldn't have walked into this place. And I'm telling you here and now, you'll never walk out. The door's locked. I don't care how much you know. Because you'll never live to tell it.
A bullet from that gun won't save you. You've set your last fire.
Hey, boss, he knows everything. What are we going to do?
I tell you what we're going to do. Riley, get me that can of kerosene.
But it's in the back room, boss. I'm afraid to
go.
go.
As I tell you, you yellow-livered fool. So I've set my last fire, have I, Shadow?
Yes, your last fire.
Riley, don't stand there. Do as I tell you. Get that kerosene. Go on.
Hey, but this Shadow, I can't see him. I don't know where he is.
Listen, you fool. I've heard about the Shadow. He has some trick of being able to appear in a room without being seen. But he's here, all right. And if he lays a hand on you, if he tries to stop you, grab hold of him, and I'll do the rest. Go on, I tell you. Oh. So you don't work alone, Shadow. You've set a trap for us. Well, you're caught in your own trap. Quick, Riley, get that kerosene.
All right. I'll get it.
Are you in trouble?
Why don't you answer, Shadow?
I'll deal with you alone, Hegman.
Yeah, I'm going to get the police.
Before the police can break in here, you'll be burned.
Here's the kerosene.
Pour it on the floor. Throw some on those fur racks. Hurry up. That girl's gone for the cops.
We go out the back way and lock the door, huh? And then this Shadow, he died quick.
All right, Shadow. Now you just try to come through this back door, and I'll finish you off with a bullet before the fire can get you. Come on, Billy. That's enough. Get back. Get ready to slam this door the minute I touch a match to this newspaper.
You're signing your death warrant, Hegman.
No, Shadow, yours. Don't think you can break through the front window and get out because it's covered with steel wire.
All right, come on, boss. You go up quick. Hey, boss, what's that noise?
Just a car in the street. Come on. We're getting out. Close the door. Lock it.
Ladies and gentlemen, is the Shadow on the right track? The next few minutes will give the answer. Right now, motorists, remember this.
All right, guys, if you're still with us, there are 8 minutes until Rekieta is supposedly about to go live, which means you got about 15, 20 minutes before Rekieta goes live. But in any event, I did want to thank everybody for hanging out. Shadow debuted in 1930, so it ran a long time. Yeah, we're in 1938 as far as episodes go right now. So we've been through all the episodes I had from 37. Anything prior to that, I'm not sure that was recorded. If you have those old episodes, I will gladly air them. And we'll do a search for them.
Just think about that, folks. 1938. That's over 20 years ago.
Son of a bitch. I thought you were about to say something actually profound.
How long
1938, for those of you who actually aren't certain, because I can't say the R word on YouTube. 1938 was 81 years ago on the dot. That means Batman's fucking geriatric at this point, basically, right? Because he's 82 years old. Superman, 83 years old. He should definitely be into the gray tips by now. But, gonna do.
A lot of cardio.
CrossFit and yoga.
CrossFit.
That's correct.
That's a thing from up here. Never mind. Nobody's gonna get that. Huh? Oh. Yeah. So, there's a morning show up here around where I am, and that's one of their bits is making fun of CrossFit. That's their CrossFit voice. I do CrossFit. That's what it is. But it sounds like we're just about.
What you're telling me
there.
is you guys have like radio shit posters?
Yes, we do.
Fantastic. We have them down here as well, so it's good to know that, radio's not dead. Video, however, did kill the radio star, but radio was about ready to overdose on DMT anyway. So,
true.
50-50. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and run this out. If you leave, by all means, Ricketa's going live in just a few minutes. We've got about, 14 more minutes of this show to go. Once the show is over, we're not going to cut back in. So the show will be over when the broadcast ends. Approximately 14 minutes and 20 seconds. So enjoy, and thanks for coming by. Having you.
Thank you.
And we will see you on Saturday. Where we will also be sponsored by Blue Gold.
World's finest anthracite.
Margot, that'll be the police taking up on how my car happened to crash into that fur store at the exact moment the fire started.
What are you going to tell them, Lamont? I got away in the crowd before anybody had a chance to see me.
The police said over the phone that my car was being driven by a young woman.
Then they suspect...
I don't think so, Margot. I told them the car was stolen.
And that makes a criminal out of me, doesn't it? Oh, but you're safe, and that's all that matters.
Yes, for once I'm glad you disobeyed my orders, Margot, but now you'd better go in my study and wait. I don't want the police to find you here.
All right, Lamont. I hope they don't get suspicious as to what really happened and discover that you let us know.
Neither do I. Oh, good evening, Sergeant. Come in. Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's all right, Mr. Cranston. I've just got a few routine questions to ask you in addition to the information you gave us over the phone.
That you, Varelli?
Yeah, quick. Let me in, boss.
What'd you find out? Where'd that girl go?
I got around to the front like you told me, boss. I see her slip out of the car, and I follow. She get in a taxi, but she don't get away from me.
Where is she now?
I follow her to where she lives. We get her tonight if you say so, boss.
Perhaps you'll lead us to the shadow.
But how do you know for sure the shadow got away?
It's in the papers. They put the fire out before it spread upstairs, and now the cops are looking for you as the owner of the first.
Hey, look, boss. You say you take care of me if the police get after me. You swore it.
Don't worry about the cops. I'll get you out of town in a day or two. First, we got to get the shadow. As long as he's alive, we're both as good as in the death house.
Yeah, sure, but how are we going to get it?
Through that girl, you dope. We'll get her and leave a note for this guy Lamont she was calling to before she drove that car into the store. And I'll bet you 2 to 1 he's the shadow. When he comes to get her, he'll walk into a trap he won't get out of.
Yeah, that's it, boss. We get him here in your place. We make a big fire down here in the cellar and we get rid of both of them, eh?
Yeah. Come on. Show me where this girl lives. We got to get a hold of her tonight or it may be too late.
Right here. This is the house we'll sail the girl to. That's the window in a bedroom there. She's got a maid, but I think she's gone now.
Okay.
She's had plenty of time to get to sleep since that light went out. Go in the window into her room and get her, Varelli.
But suppose she wake up. Maybe she's springs.
Not if this gag you put in her mouth quickly enough. It's soaked with chloroform.
You wait here and help me carry her down to Pirate's Cave, huh, boss?
Yeah, I'll wait right here by the window. While you're getting her, I'll pin this note on the curtain. Now go on, get that window up and get in there.
Okay.
Now don't bump into anything. Just grab her and slap that gag in her mouth and hold it till the chloroform does its stuff.
All right, I'll get her. You watch.
Hello, Ellen.
Oh, thank the good Lord, it's you, Mr. Cranston.
Ellen, I came here the minute I got your message. What's wrong? Is Miss Margot ill?
Oh, Mr. Cranston, it's worse than that. Mr. Margot, she's gone. She's been taken right out of her bed and out of the window. She's been spirited away.
Well, how do you know? Did you see it happen?
Oh, no, sir, but I know. I was in my room and I heard it scream. And I run in here and there was the note.
A note? Where?
Oh, in the bedroom there, pinned to the curtain. Please, look, see.
Heavens, Ellen. When did this happen?
Oh, about an hour ago, I think. The clock had just struck 2.
You notified the police?
Oh, no, sir. I didn't dare because I read that note first and it said not to call the police or Miss Margot be killed. Here, you read it, Mr. Cranston.
You did right in not calling the police, Ellen. Well, Margot here. Maybe perhaps he could lead them to me.
Oh, what are they going to do to me, lady? So hold her for some ransom money?
No, it isn't that, Ellen.
Oh, but Mr. Cranston...
I can't explain now, but listen, Ellen. If you want to help your mistress, you must do exactly as I say.
Oh, yes, but I'll do anything. I'd give my life.
I know you would. I just wanted to stay here. Don't talk to anyone. Don't tell anyone what's happened until you hear from me. Do you understand?
Oh, yes, sir, I understand. Where are you going?
I'm going to do exactly as the note says, Ellen. I'm going to find Miss Margot and bring her back with me. If I'm not back in 2 hours and you haven't heard from me, turn that note over to Commissioner Weston of the police department. Remember that, Ellen. If I'm not back in 2 hours, take that note to Commissioner Weston.
Oh, dear God. Don't let nothing happen to him. Don't let nothing happen to him.
Sir, a fine time of night to be calling. Hello? You! How did you get my private number, Shadow?
I've had it for a long time.
Well,
Weston.
now what is it this time? I suppose you caught the firebug. I suppose you're all set to make a monkey out of me and the whole police force.
The newspapers have done you and your force a grave injustice, Commissioner. It's not my doing.
So what?
Would it be worth the loss of a few hours' sleep if you could trap the firebugs before morning, Commissioner?
Now, who are they and where are they?
I have an appointment with them within the next hour. I'm finished with them. They're yours. You're ready to take them. And with them, you can have the honor and credit of ending their reign of terror, Commissioner.
What am I supposed to do? Wait here and twiddle my thumbs?
No. Throw a cordon of police around the district bounded by 4th Street and the river, and from Spruce to Medley Square.
Why, you're crazy. That'd take half my force.
It's worth it.
All right. What then?
Keep in touch with headquarters. If you've not heard from me by 4:30, a note will be delivered to you, telling you where to find the firebug and the body of the Shadow.
Listen, I'm going to give you one more chance to talk.
Can't make me talk. I'll never tell you.
Oh, well, maybe you'll think different after I've burned your fingers with a few more matches.
I won't tell you. I won't.
Who is the Shadow? Where is he? Talk! Or this is only a taste of what you'll get. You don't like that, eh? Well, talk.
Oh, no, I won't tell you.
Hey, listen, boss. Yeah? I ain't going to stay up there in the dark anymore. I'm scared. I don't wait no more for somebody I can't see.
Get back up there, Burley. Get up there and wait till I tell you. You don't, I'll give you something to be scared of.
But it's dark. I can't see. All the time in the dark, I keep hearing noises, sounds. Just now, I think I hear somebody laugh. Oh. Something slammed the door.
So we meet again.
Boss, he's here. The Shadow is here.
Shut up, you gibbering fool, Willie. Sure he's here, and that's just what I want. Listen, Shadow. Don't come near me. I'm warning you. I've got a gun pressed against this girl's head. One false move out of you, and I'll pull the trigger. Go on, you. Tell him I'm not bluffing.
Mom, why did you come? They used me to get you here. To make you walk into a death trap. They're going to kill you. They'll kill us both.
It's all right, Margot. Maybe we can...
Borelli, stand by that door. If the shadow tries to get out, use your knife. Remember, if he gets away, you'll go to the chair. All right, boss. I watch.
Lamont, I'm sorry. This is my fault. All my fault.
Just a minute, Margot. Now that I'm here, Hegman, what do you want?
I just wanted you here, Shadow. That's all.
I see. You prepared another trap, another fire trap.
You guessed it. And this time the girl won't get you out of it because she'll be right down here in the cellar with you.
Come on, boss. Quick, we get out now. Lock the door and start a fire.
Here we are, Borelli. Don't open that door like that.
Yes, Borelli. Listen to him. Do as Hegman orders you. You live a few minutes longer. Then you die with a bullet in the back.
Who'll do that?
Your boss, Hegman.
No, the boss would not do that. You're lying, Shadow.
He plans to kill us because we know too much about him. But you, Borelli, know more. Not until you're dead will he be safe. It may be a few minutes, an hour, maybe.
What do you mean, Shadow?
Don't listen to him, Borelli.
He's thinking about killing you, Borelli.
I'm not going to kill you. You can trust me.
You forget I can read Hegman's mind, Borelli.
Don't you believe him, Borelli? He's just trying not to get you.
But he can read the mind. In the shop, he did it.
No, I tell you, you're my friend.
You know too much about Hegman, Borelli.
The Shadow is right. I know too much. Only when I'm dead will you be safe, boss.
Two can keep a secret. Only when one is dead, Borelli. When one is dead, Borelli. Listen to me. When one is dead.
When one is dead. When one is dead.
Now listen, Doug.
That's it. When one is dead.
Now, Borelli, keep away from me. Put that knife away. Don't listen to him. He's hypnotized your mind. That's another one of the shadows. No, Borelli. Oh. All right. Yeah, I meant to kill you, Borelli. I was going to do it the minute we got rid of the shadow and his girl. But I don't need you now. I got them trapped, and I'll give you yours now. Here.
You killed me. But before I die, I'll get you, boss. I'll stab you. I take you with me, boss. We keep a cigarette. Shadow.
Lamont.
Here. Cut your rope, Margot. And get out of this place and go back to the apartment. Get that note from Ellen and destroy it. The secret of the shadow must remain a secret.
Lamont, come with me, please. There's nothing more can be done here. The Paradise is dead.
Yes, Margot. The firebugs have set their last fire. One more thing to be done.
What's that?
I must get in touch with Commissioner Weston. I promised him I'd give him the credit for capturing the criminals. He and half the police force of the city are waiting out there in the street. The shadow always keeps his word.
You have been listening to a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The shadow knows.